This is a continuation from previous videos where we've added various types of activities for students. Today we're going to talk about adding a lesson. So the first thing you're going to want to do is, if your editing is not already turned on, is turn on your editing. And then click Add an Activity or Resource. And you're going to choose a lesson. Then you're going to click Add. Okay, we're going to create a name for our lesson. So we're going to call this Fractions Lesson. Okay, and we're going to skip these settings. We're not going. You can choose a date to have the lesson be displayed from a certain date to another date. There are various other settings here. However, we're only going to fill in the name for right now. We're just going to do a basic lesson, and then we'll go back and discuss the other options. So we're going to click Save and Return to Course. Okay, we can click on our lesson. So what we're going to do is we're going to add a content page to our lesson. That's going to be the first page that this child would see. Okay, so for this lesson that we're creating, we're going to have the student watch this video on numerators and denominators. So this is a YouTube video, and so we're going to go to the share, and then we're going to click on embed. We're going to copy the source after making sure that we've chosen the smallest one, and then we're going to insert the video. We're going to click HTML and insert the video into the course, and we're going to create a title. So we're going to say numerator and denominator video. Okay, and then we're going to say, so we're going to click in here, and if you click on HTML, it may be easier to type before the video. So this is before video if you can't click in there. So we're going to update. So now I'm able to click in here above the video. We're going to say watch this video. Okay. Now when you create a lesson page, you can create, on each page you can create buttons that help you to navigate throughout the lesson. So we're going to create a button here, and we're going to call this button Next. Okay, and we're going to say that this button jumps to the next page. Okay, and since this is our first page in our lesson, we're not going to need any other buttons. Where on some pages, like if you're on your second page, you might have a back button. But for this one, we're just going to have give the student, the user, the ability to go to the next page. And we're going to save page. Okay, and we're going to ask the student a question about the video that they just watched. So the next thing we're going to have in the lesson is a question. For the question pages, you can choose between essay, matching, multi-choice, numerical, short answer, or true and false. Okay, so let's see what a multi-choice question looks like. So here we have the page title for the multi-choice question. Okay, so we're going to ask a question about numerators. And our question is going to say, what is a numerator? And the answers are going to be the number at the top of the fraction. the number at the bottom of a fraction. Okay? And you want to give the user a response. So this would be correct. And this correct response, you would want to jump to the next page. And you would have a score of 1. And then the next one would be an incorrect answer. So you would say, try again. Or you would maybe give some more information about the correct answer, why this was the incorrect answer, and then that would jump back to this page so that the user could try again, so the student could try again. And then click Save Page. Okay, so if we click Preview, we can see how this lesson then works. Okay, so the first page of the lesson would be the video that we created, and then the student could click Next. And then the child would be presented with the question relating to the video that the child just watched. So the question was a numerator. Now if the child selects the incorrect answer, they'll see their answer they selected with your response that you gave them. And by clicking Continue, because they selected the incorrect answer, it will take them back to the question and give them an opportunity to try again. And so for the next one, this time we're going to select the correct answer. Oops, they reversed the answers. Okay, and so the number at the top of a fraction, so we're going to click Submit. And your answer, correct. So now we're going to click Continue, and you'll remember that in the settings we set the continue from the right answer to go to the next page. We haven't created any new page, a next page for the lesson yet, so that'll just take you to congratulations and the end of the lesson is reached. So let's go back to the edit and we'll add a different type of question page. So we're going to say add a question. Okay, and we're going to add, we're going to try an essay. So for this one, we're going to ask the student, we're going to name it difference between numerator and denominator. We're going to say describe the difference between a numerator and a denominator. Okay? And we're going to have the jump to the next page. Okay? And we're going to we're going to add another question page. And this time we're going to do a matching. Okay? And we're going to say matching question. And the instructions we're going to give are match the terms with their correct definitions. Okay? And then we're going to give a correct response, which will say, great job. Okay? And then we're going to, which will jump to the next page, and then we're going to give a wrong response, which jumps to, which will have jumped back to the same page. They can try again. So, sorry. Try again. Okay? So we're going to say answer numerator number at the top of a fraction, denominator the number at the bottom of a fraction. Okay? And we're going to save the page. Okay, let's add another question page. This time we're going to add a numerical question. Okay, so this is a numerical question. For the fraction 1/2, what number is the numerator? Okay, the answer would be 1. Great job. And we're going to have that jump to the next page. Okay. We're going to add one more question page, just so you can see the differences for each one. And we're going to do a true false. Okay, we're going to call this true or false. Okay. Say true or false. The denominator is the number below the line in a fraction, which indicates the number of parts making up the whole. Okay, so we're going to say answer true. Good job. Or false. Sorry. That would be true. Okay. So let's look at our preview and we can see our questions and answers. Okay, so we have the video, and then the child would go to the next page where they would answer some questions from the lesson. So what is a numerator? The number at the top of the fraction. We've already seen this, so we won't look at the false ones. Okay, describe the difference between a numerator and a denominator. So numerator at top, denominator at bottom. Okay, I'm going to submit. Match the terms with their correct definitions. Numerator at the top, denominator at the bottom. Submit. And it says, great job. For the fraction 1/2, what number is the numerator? 1. Great job. And then here we have our true or false question. The denominator is the number below the line in a fraction. We're going to say true. Continue. And there you have it. Our first very simple lesson has been created. We're going to go into some more advanced features in other videos. But for now, that's all you need to know to create a lesson.